What's up, everybody? Sorry about all of this. This is just going absolutely insane. I'm so upset. I have no idea what happened. I really have no idea what happened. I just leave the room and I come back and it says that there's some kind of encoding error. That's all it says. It says some kind of encoding error. I don't know. This thing. No, at least I'm doing OBS Studios or OBS Streamlabs. Streamlabs was just killing me, dude. Killing me. And right now I gotta, hold on, let me change my the browser isn't working right now. There we go, I think. And the browser just decided to change completely change the size right now that I quit OBS Studio and decided to restart it. It's changed the size of the browser, so now I gotta resize it really quickly before I can change it over and show you guys. Oh, what a, and this is so annoying. Hold on, make sure it's just right. Okay, it is just right. And we are headed to the charts, guys. We're headed to the charts. Even though it shows me, it shouldn't show me anymore. There we go. Wait, why is it showing that as the background? Something is wrong. Something is wrong here. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. It is it's wonky today for some reason. It just decided to change everything. This is why I don't know. I wish that it would just stream and I would not have to worry about stuff, but it's evidently not wanting to do that. There we go. Now we are back in business. All right. Yes, I'm still alive. Thank you, Ahmed. So we're taking a look at Litecoin. So hold on one second. I actually had some good info on Litecoin back here. I think it was on this date, 22nd. I put in a buy at 128 and it came up and then it was gonna drop, right? And I saw it drop and I was like, I think it's gonna drop lower, and I got out of the trade and I shouldn't have. I should have held. I knew I should have held, but I do dumb stuff like this all the time. Ahmed, are you a trader or an MT4, or do you use the different exchanges like Coinbase or KuCoin or Binance or something like that? Which one are you using, or what do you use to trade with? I'm just wondering, that way I can get an idea of what to talk about. Coinbase and Binance. Okay. So you're not a futures guy, you're not a CFD guy, that kind of thing. Okay, so are you looking just like where to, to see if it's going to go lower? Is that what you're wondering, I'm guessing? Okay. So if you get MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 4 can make you way more. I mean, okay, so there's basically there's two different types of kind of like the trading game, I guess you could say. There's one where, you know, if you're in Binance or you're in Coinbase, something like that, you put money in it. You're basically, you're basically owning it, right? You have equity in it. You know, that way you can, you know, have it to, you know, you can buy things with it. You can, you know, send it to somebody, things like that. And then there's the MetaTrader 4 route, right? So the MetaTrader 4 route basically is all what is called contracts for difference. And what it does is that, and I'll go with a most basic idea, um, is that for every 10 cents, right? It just depends on which market that you're in. But like for like if you can go as low as a 10-cent bet, you can have $100 account, you can have a $50 account, something like that, and then you can put in like 10 cents, and then basically for like something like Litecoin or Ethereum, for every dollar that it makes, you would make $1, but for every dollar it loses, you would also lose $1. There's also a spread. The spread is floating. It depends on what it is. Can be kind of high. Like the spread for Ethereum is $3. So as soon as you get into a trade with Ethereum, you're already $3 behind, and you have to make up $3 before you start making money. I think with Litecoin, it's only like 40, 50 cents, something like that. So those are the kind of two different realms of trading. So, and with that kind of trading, like, you know, you put your trade in whenever it goes up to a certain point, you think it's done, you jump out, you make money, right? And so you make money in US dollars, right? You don't make money in you know, Litecoin or anything like that. I mean, you can turn around and take that money and put it in Litecoin if you want. Um, and you know, that's perfectly fine. I think the broker allows you to do that, if I'm not mistaken. It depends on your broker. So with MetaTrader 4, you have to have a broker. So I'm gonna read your questions now. Sort new crypto chain. Best place to buy more, as in lowest dip. I bought it at 154. Any potential growth. 154. Okay, so you bought it at a fairly high point, but you know, it's not too bad. But yes, of course, I think Litecoin is right behind everything else. Litecoin is way undervalued. I've talked to so many people in crypto that, you know, Litecoin is way undervalued. Basically, you know, Bitcoin is the gold of you know, the crypto market. Litecoin is the silver. You know, so let me look at this as an hour chart really quick. Now, what I wanted to show you is the reason I have this fib right here pulled. Like I say, I always tell people, find the most recent low, right? See, this is going sideways. And then find the most recent low before it takes off, right? That's where you want to start your fib, right? Your Fibonacci is going to be a great tool, right? So you put the fib all the way up, right, to the top, and then you wait for it to come back down, right? And then usually you want to buy at the 62, right? Anywhere between the 62 and the 79, because that is where the smart money is going to buy, right? Because they want it at a discount. If they miss the initial move, this right here is a huge discount for them, right? They don't want to buy it way up here, right? They don't want to buy it above 50%. 50% is not a good discount, right? But 30%, or you know, or 70% off, now that's a good discount. So that's why they want to buy it around this point. And you're going to see that whenever you draw these kind of fibs, that's going to hit the 70.5 more often than not. As far as potential for Litecoin right now, yeah, I do see that we are having potential for growth. Reason being, as you can see, it's reaching for something, right? Whenever it hit the 70.5, it's reaching for liquidity, right? Now, what it hit before it fell down, it hit a bearish breaker. What I mean by bearish breaker, a bearish breaker was the last down candle before the up move, right? Kind of the same thing as where you place your fib. Those kind of things will cause price to go down. So you look at it over here. Here is that candle, right? You kind of have two of them. You have boom, and then you have boom, and then goes up, right? So this is your bearish breaker right here. I don't, in a 1 hour, I think in well, not the 1 hour chart, in a 4 hour chart, I think it's more over here. But in a 1 hour chart, it's actually right here. This is actually where it would be. So it would hit this, and then boom, goes up. Now when price gets back to that level, right, you're going to probably either see a struggle. You know, it depends on it depends on the strength of the price. It's either going to struggle or it's going to fall. And this time it fell. Now that it fell, where does it buy back up again? Again, watch this. Well, that didn't work. Hold on 1 second. Erase that. Let me get to the highest point here. It won't stay there. There we go. Where'd it go this time? 70.9. So that's why I have these levels, because they go to almost these exact levels all the time. So 80% off is a very, very good percentage off for the people that missed this buy, right? So if you missed this buy, right, you're going to have another buy, right? It's going to be another 80% off. So now, is it going to do that again? Maybe, but it's going to do it way up here, right? So, and it could be way, way up here, right? So what I'm saying is that if we do something like this, right? No, dang it, I have fat fingers. All right. Let's just do something that would be, hypothetical. All right, we get a hypothetical. It gets up past the new high, right? It gets up to the 1.27, right? More than likely, that's what it would be. What is the resistance line? Okay, this is retail thinking. Retail thinking is that there is a resistance line. Smart money thinking, resistance is subjective. Resistance is there's not really a resistance line. It moves at all times. There's no one spot for resistance. There's no supply demand chain. There's nothing like that. Price is an algorithm, right? And it's going to be based on liquidity. So you have to know where liquidity is at all times. And price is going to do two things, right? Price is going to balance, and price is going to chase liquidity, right? So two things you need to know. There's, like I said, there's no support, there's no resistance, because they get broken all the time. There's no trend lines. Trend lines are not real. They get broken all the time, right? Trend lines are basically a product of things like this, right? It falling and hitting the 70.5, right? It coming back up, it falling and hitting the 80, right? That's what a trend line is basically a product of, right? If you I would say, if you I do a lot of live stuff. ICT does not do a lot of live stuff. what I do is if you look for Inner Circle Trader on YouTube, and you kind of follow his rules, that's basically what I do. That's where you'll find the ideas that I am getting, right? He basically has come up with smart money theory and how it works, and it has made me a lot of money, because it goes against the retail theory. It's the exact opposite of retail theory, because people, you can't think like the herd mentality, because the big banks, the big institutions are going to know what the herd mentality is going to think, right? And so since I know what the herd mentality is going to think, they're going to do the opposite and take their money, right? Because a lot of people trade futures, a lot of people trade, they trade contract for difference like I do. And so because of that, they know how to take their money, right? So this is what I'm saying. So right now, what Litecoin is doing, you see this high here? Let me get rid of these EMAs. They're in the way. Anything I don't use, I use some indicators, but only for specific moments. I don't use them all the time. To me, they're just for their distraction. So right now, what Litecoin is doing is it's reaching for this, right? This would be a liquidity point, right? Liquidity point meaning that, no, I didn't mean to hit that. Meaning that whenever it gets to this point, a lot of your retail people will think this is a resistance, right? Yeah, Inner Circle, correct. Doji, Inner Circle Trader has a ton of videos. Watch every single one of them. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life. It's gonna change the way you trade. It's gonna change everything. And keep watching them. Keep watching them. Once you're done watching them, rewatch them again. It's going to teach you a lot. But okay, so now what Litecoin is doing, right? And I don't know why I have, oh wow, okay, so it has the breaker here, right? So this is what we would call a bearish breaker, right? So, and what it did is it went down through here, right, and caused a gap, right? Just like you would see a gap. I don't know if you guys trade Forex, but in Forex, whenever there's a gap, generally 95% of the time gaps get filled. So if you see something like this, like a big candlestick that goes down, right, and then you see it fall, you see a huge fall, and it goes past a candlestick like this, that means there's a gap. That means it's repricing all the way down here, and it's missed prices, right? It's missed prices, so it has to go back up and fill all those prices until it hits this bearish breaker. And then once it fills those prices, then it goes back down, right? And that's what it did. But now that it's filled those prices and it comes back up, it's fine. And it did the same thing here, right? Had to come up, fill all those prices. Probably the same thing here. Oops, I don't know where it went. Came up there, had to fill those prices. So now it filled, I'm going to get rid of these now. So just letting you know that it had to fill all those prices, right? But I'm going to leave this one here because it's almost the exact same as this height of this candle. It is the exact same height of this candle. That's crazy. So I don't see any bearish order blocks in here. See, I do see this candle like this, but you don't see it screaming past here. You don't see a huge fall screaming past here. So you don't have to worry about price actually coming back up and then trying to, price did that all on its own. right? So what you're looking for now is that Litecoin, and it will go up and try to beat this high, right? Litecoin will try to go up and beat this high. Right, it's saying that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I have a feeling that's hogwash. I don't know why it wouldn't, because I've been doing this for a while now. Let me take off a couple of, let me take off this. Let me take off this. And let me take off this. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's being weird. It's showing. Okay, yeah, it's saying that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So I don't know what's going on. I didn't do anything different. You know, if anything, what I did is I closed a couple websites that may have caused, you know, it to slow down a little bit, but I haven't done anything different than what I normally would, but I'm glad it's back. But with Litecoin, I see Litecoin trying to hit these liquidity points just like Ethereum did, right? So let me get rid of this. So I am going to put text on here. Liquidity point, and then right here, oops, didn't mean to pull those up. Right here. God, I can't type. Okay. It's my fingers that are falling asleep. So, it looks like Litecoin has come back, hit this. All right, so if what Litecoin. All right, so it did fall, right? Came, did this. Thing is, it did not fall any further, right? The thing is that it's pretty balanced. I think this right here is causing the balancing of this, right? So pulls down, right? Comes back up. Consolidation, pulls up. Now it's balanced, right? It's balanced for this area, right? And again, it's reaching, right? So here it's reaching for something, right? Here it's reaching for something. It couldn't get there because it hit an order block and caused it to fall, right? Now we got to a low, which I actually called. Got in, got out too soon though. Just down to 1420, huh? Back up to 1430 though, I think. But I think Litecoin is going to eventually get back up to here, right? So Ahmed, I don't know if you're still watching, but have faith. I think if you're buying into Litecoin, you're going to be okay, because I think it's eventually going to get above 150, and then again 155. I think it's going to get above those two, and then continue climbing. I think we're going to see a new high out of Litecoin soon, probably before the end of March. Is where I think we're going to see Litecoin make a new high. I really do. I think altcoin season is coming up, and I think Litecoin is going to be a pretty good leader in that, even though it's a little bit, lower than and Zcash, and you know, it's kind of right around Dash. It's a little bit higher, but I think we're gonna see some goodness come out of it. But all right, was that good enough for you, Ahmed? If you're still there. Maybe he didn't refresh. I don't know. Does OTC have any value if it's own like of its own like ETH, or does it just have, or does it just chase BTC? LTC has value. It you know, like I said, you know, Bitcoin was a gold, Litecoin was a silver, so it's going to, you know, eventually get up there, but it's going to take some time for Litecoin to catch on, because, you know, one coin, you know, once one coin gets so high that it's almost impossible to, you know, to continue, you know, purchasing and whatnot. People are gonna, you know, people can't afford it anymore. No, not really, I can't afford it, but it's gonna be like, okay, so what's the point of buying this if, you know, it's not gonna make me any money? So then people are gonna start buying Litecoin, and then other companies and stuff like that are gonna start accepting Litecoin because people are gonna start buying it, and it's gonna be a rolling effect like that for the coins that are meant to be, you know, exchanged back and forth, and for purchasing and things like that. You know, there's different coins for different things. You know, Zcash is one of them. You know, I think Zcash is, you know, that's the only thing with Zcash is definitely being watched by the SEC right now. So it's hard to say what's going to happen to them. Just because they are a privacy coin. Same with Monero. You know, I really can't tell. You know, I don't think the institutions are in those coins, because of what's happening to them. You know, the institutions don't want to be in it because they don't want, you know, to be buying into something that could bring them a lawsuit. You know, like how ETH is an OS layer. Oh, okay. So, so like a layer, as in you mean like a, you know, ETC has like ERC20 tokens, and like, you know, you're saying, does LTC have any kind of value like that? Is that what you mean? ETC is yeah, operating system. Yeah, well, Ethereum is a whole new world. And that's what I think people don't get. Ethereum is a whole new world that's going to change everything. Yeah, games, apps, yeah, exactly. Ethereum is a whole new world that's going to change everything. And you know what? Litecoin could serve a purpose for those games, those apps, those contracts, right? Maybe Litecoin could be the payment system for those apps, those contracts, things like that. Maybe, like, you know, if an app is built with Ethereum, you know, instead of actually, you know, using Ethereum to pay for it or something like that, maybe Litecoin replaces it, and then Litecoin is the preferred payment method of that app. So yeah, Litecoin could do something like that. You know, who knows? You know, that just because maybe, you know, Bitcoin is too high, that, you know, you probably couldn't, you know, use it to you know, to buy something in a game, or an app, or, you know, a contract or something like that. You know, so yeah, Litecoin could definitely have some kind of useful tactic, you know, down the road for it. You know. But that's why so it's value reserve coin as well. Makes it, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what Litecoin was meant to be. You know, like I said, Bitcoin was meant to be gold. Litecoin was meant to be the silver. And then Ethereum is changing, the game. Ethereum is changing the world basically. If Ethereum 2.0 works, we're gonna see a whole new different type of world that's gonna happen. That's for sure. Sorry for smoking on my channel, but it's my channel and I can do what I want. Since I can't get it from this table. But I did want to return back to Ethereum and see what's going on. I guess Ahmed didn't refresh. I don't know if he's back on or not. He may have left. I don't know. But all right, so what is Ethereum doing now, right? It still looks like it's enticing buyers. I still think it's enticing buyers. Well, actually, it's probably gotten people in the middle of the road. I think a lot of people don't know what Ethereum is going to do now, because a lot of people was buying right here thinking that this was going to be support, right? And like I said, it was going to fall through, and it did. Boom, went right through. And so, and it hit your 1430, right? I think maybe a little bit lower, right? So right now it's a little bit under 1430. But that was kind of an area, to where it looks like it found a ground. But I'm not for sure what's going to happen with it. I honestly thought whenever it broke its high, I thought it would pull back like this and then take off after that, right? And at least get to 1545 tonight. But we'll see. Yeah, it's acting like a support, but going to 1600. I believe you. I'm actually saying 1800. And the reason I'm saying 1800 is so like I said, if you put the Fibonacci the way it is right now, right, from here to here, right, what price likes to do is price likes to be symmetrical. So what it'll do is it'll turn around and go to 100% of where it was before, which is 1830. So I think it's going to 1830. I think the bigger numbers it's gonna have struggle with, because I think there's gonna be bots or people thinking that the big numbers like 1500, 1600, 1700, things like that are gonna be levels to where it's gonna be like, whoa, that's high, whoa, that's high, whoa, that's high, and it's gonna start selling. But I think eventually people are gonna start buying again, and I'm thinking 1830 is going to be the next goal before it does this kind of movement again. You think so? You think buyers are coming in? Let's take a look. I think it's a fake out. I think it's a fake out. Hell of an upper wick on green. Well, upper wick on green. Why should it come in now? See, that's the thing. With smart money, um, there's really no such thing as buying pressure or selling pressure, right? Use the 15-minute. Okay, I'll use the 15-minute. Robinhood, okay. Hold on one second. Now with smart money, there really is no buying or selling pressure, right? This is all an algorithm, basically. And it's all an algorithm that is controlled by the larger institutions, right? And there are larger institutions that are inside of Ethereum, right? So you could see buyers, right? But that buying pressure is not coming from people like you and me, right? It's coming from large institutions. People like you and me are not going to make a blip in this, right? Especially with the price being at 1400. I actually want to take my Ethereum off. Sorry, I was actually headed on Ethereum because I wanted to see if it was going to buy or not. But I want to put it on Litecoin because I think Litecoin's going to eventually buy and go through that high. But it is dropping now, so waiting for it to get to the best price. See here. Oh, it already hit the 70. So if I drew a fib on Litecoin where it's currently at, it actually already fell back down to the 70.5. It nailed it exactly, like I always talk about. And now it's making like a little hump. So sorry, I'm talking about Litecoin and I got Ethereum up, guys. 42. Second. All right, had to set my Litecoin buy. Because I definitely think Litecoin is going to buy and break through that high. See what you guys are talking about. All right. Live defaults to 1 hour on Robinhood at least. One more percentage, and I get to see those 20% on ETH since I bought it. Come on, one more percentage. Are you gonna sell? Is that what's gonna happen? Are you gonna sell at that 20%? It actually looked like it may have found its bottom. You're right. Oh, nope. Decided to pull back a little bit. Oh, nope. Going up. All right, breaking the high now. Well, let me see here. No, I'm just gonna stage out, just doing short goals, keep my attention. Okay, gonna do like 15% at a 2K, 4K, 6K. I'm going long term just to watch it, to learn signs and behaviors. Gotcha. Okay, that's cool. That's a good plan. I like it. All right, ETH actually may be taking off. I do like the 15-minute. There's no, like I said, there's no bearish order block in here. I don't see a bearish order block. This, I mean, could possibly be one, to be honest. But I am not 100% sure. Just because it's not a solid candle, and it's also usually the solid candle of a bearish order block. Whenever it ends, it'll switch over to the bearish candle and then go down. But this is wicked, right? Since it's wicked, I don't think this is a bearish order block. Meaning that when it gets to this line, I don't know if that line is going to push it down or if it's going to go straight through. Let me look at it on a 5-minute chart, guys. See the 5-minute chart. The green candle is the one that's actually solid. It's the red candle that goes up and then pushes down. So this could be an order block. I don't know what this line is. I think this was a previous order block that I may have looked at. Question, okay, so it's barely getting above those recent highs, those midterm highs. Looks like it's getting above those. Let me. Oh, drop back down. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe ETH is not taking off. Maybe it is just gonna wobble here for a little bit. That being said, I do want to change directions. Let's go to Bitcoin here really quick. I thought I had Bitcoin pulled up, but I guess I don't. So yeah, feel stable. I think we're spent our 1450 auto cells. It could burn right through. Hold on. Let's go back to ETH. Take a look at that. Well, it's not really getting near 1450. In stage C. Stage C is in, are you talking about Wyckoff? Conscious vegan? Are you talking about stage C in Wyckoff? Well, I was wondering what conscious vegan means by stage C. Because stage C in Wyckoff is Elliott wave. Oh, yeah. Don't really believe in Elliott wave either. Okay, I see what you're saying. So A, B, C is what you were saying, right? Or 0, A, B, no, and 0, A, B, C. Isn't it the same thing? A, B, C, A, B, C. Or 0, A, B, C. That was the correction. And then you're saying after that was a correction, now it's going up. It's going up. That's what you're saying, right? So you're saying Elliott wave was correct? Okay. You're saying this point is D. Okay. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, it's going down, and again, I don't believe in Elliott wave, just because there's too much of it, and it gets too mumbo jumbled, and you never know which is A and which is B and which is C half the time. So the way I read it is I read it as in human reaction, right? Human reaction is buy here, right? It didn't buy, it sold, right? So now people are thinking that this is floor, buy here, right? It comes up, right? And then smart money says, nope, this is not it, sell, right? And people say, buy here, it hit the floor again, right? Comes up, and now it's going to go lower. I think it's going to go lower. Because it has tricked people that this is floor. We hit down 425, and then we'll test 1475. No, I don't think it's going to do that. I think this right here, right? Everybody's thinking this is your short-term support, right? I'm just going to put it right here, actually. Everybody's thinking this is short-term support. So because there are people thinking that is short-term support, once it gets back down to this area, there's going to be a lot of retail people that are going to be trying to buy, right? and then smart money is going to sell right through it. I can probably almost guarantee you that smart money is going to sell right through it. Just because it hit it twice. Not only did it hit it once, it hit it twice. Third time, boom, it's going to go right through. Yeah, it is short-term support, and a lot of people are watching it, and a lot of people are saying this is probably time to buy. Now, if I want to go full on fib retracement, right? So, all right, this is all kind of balanced. Came up, pulled down a little bit, pulled down a little bit. All right, we got balance. But here is the takeoff, right? So what I want to do is this. No, I didn't want to move it. All right, so if we look at it this way, it's not even hit 62 yet. It'll probably pull under, maybe hit another liquidity point before it goes up again. I mean, to be honest, it could hit this again and then go back up. If it does go back up, it's going to go back up a little bit and then it's going to go straight down. Let me get into the, I'm going to get, this is what I do. I get into the nit-grit of things. Let's get into the 1 minute of it. See, and this is what people don't see. You got to find the things that people don't see. Look at this. Right underneath it at the 72, you have a bearish candle. I mean, a full bearish candle. And then goes up. The only thing is I wish that bearish candle started right here at the 72 or the 70.5. You do have another bearish candle right here before it goes and goes back up this way. So to be completely honest, I'd be looking at that. Come on now. Go with yellow, that way we can see it. Or I would be looking at this liquidity point. This is near liquidity point 2. So we shall see. Looks like it did bounce up a little bit. Enticing buyers, right? I think it's gonna fall. But I don't think it's gonna fall a whole lot. I think it's, you know, definitely gonna stay above 1400. I don't think we're gonna get below 1400 again. Look at this. All right, here we go. Yeah, it didn't go as bearish as I thought it would. I thought it was gonna be a bearish candle. It was just gonna plow straight through it, but it didn't. I'm just waiting on a bearish candle to do it. All right, well, while we're waiting on this, unfortunately, I am out of cigarettes. So I'm going to go roll some cigarettes. And then I will be right back, my friends. 1420. Hold on. I'm going to read these really quick. Too many. Yep, true. I'm going to use that. Okay, yeah, nice. 1420. 1420. I think it's 1420. See, the only thing about 1420 is that it's too close to this, right? Anybody that bought here that would have a, like me, like a trader, because if you bought it, 1424 and it went down to 1420, you really didn't lose that much as a percentage if you're just, buying on an exchange. But if you're buying, as like, a futures contract, or a contract for difference, right? And you said you wanted to buy, you're hoping it gets down to right here, right? And then you put a little bit of a stop loss on it, right? And then what you want to do is have, your high be the new high, right? That's going to be your target, right? It's going to be your new high. So you usually want at least a 2-to-1, right? Right now we're at an 8-to-1. If we went down to the other one, we'd be at a 3-to-1. So we'd still be a little bit farther than what people would want. A lot of people do want a 3-to-1 ratio. So if we wanted a 3-to-1 ratio, it would be right around there. Right there, exactly. So it would be right in the middle of it. So that would be one thing. And that is also another thing to think about, is that whenever you do use smart money, whenever you find these candles that do this, right, and the price comes down into these candles, right? And with crypto, sometimes they don't touch them. In Forex, they touch them, right? I could probably go to GPB USD right now and show you tons of examples of this, to where they do touch these candles, right? And what they will do is they will not go any further than 50% of that candle, right? So you find the 50% of the candle, right? Go like that. And then let's get rid of the fib. And it is just under the 3-to-1. So if somebody was to buy right here, right, and they wanted a 3-to-1, it could go just a little bit past it and take them out and hit that 50% of that candle, right? I mean, 3-to-1 is a great ratio, right? I'm not gonna lie, but people want better ratios, and that's what smart money is all about, is trying to find the best entry, so that way